Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Twisted Metal Head-On Part 1 as Crimson Fury. And so, this is the intro to the game. This is Twisted Metal Head-On. This is a game that originally came out for the PSP in 2005, and 3 years later, in 2008, it got a port onto the PS2. It's pretty much the same game, but it has more PS2 optimized controls. And when you play on the PS2 controller, like I set up, so you could, which is what I did, so you can play with the D-pads. It feels just like you're playing Twisted Metal 1 or 2. It feels better than playing Twisted Metal 1 or 2, because the game is not all slippery. It's actually easy to control the cards, easy to move around. In fact, the controls are so good, the game is actually kind of easy for that reason, because the controls are just that good. I think this game runs in the same engine that Twisted Metal Black ran on. Mostly probably because it's made by the same people that made Twisted Metal Black. It's one of 3 Twisted Metal games made by Incognito Entertainment. And it's mostly made by people that, from the original creators of Twisted Metal. People that want you to forget Twisted Metals 3 and 4 exist, and they want people to remember Twisted Metals 1 and 2 as being the legendary classics they supposedly were. This game is considered to be the true Twisted Metal 3. It is the true canon continuation of what Twisted Metal 2 was. It's a continuation of the story. So this is considered to be the third and final part of the true Twisted Metal trilogy, where we'll finally get the conclusion. And I'm going to be playing as Crimson Fury because I believe his ending would be the canon ending of this game, most likely. But that's just what I think. I don't know if that's actually true or not. No one's ever confirmed that before. Mostly because this series is dead. There haven't been any real Twisted Metal games since, well, there was one in 2012, but no one really likes to talk about that one at all. This is the last, game in the main continuity of the main series. So you have quite a large roster of characters, contestants here. Most of them returning from Twisted Metal 2. Pretty much all the contestants from Twisted Metal 2 are back in this game again. So we're playing as Agent Shepard. He's an FBI agent that wants to take down Calypso, because Calypso's on the FBI's most wanted list. So that's pretty much what he is. He pretty much has the same premise as Outlaw, where they're just a bunch of bureaucratic cops or things or people like that want to take down Calypso and end the Twisted Metal tournament. Okay, so now we begin the first level. We're in a baseball stadium where we have to go and destroy our enemies. You only get 3 enemies to begin with because this game likes to make us play easy to begin with. So Crimson Fury is by far probably the fastest car in this game. There's a rule in the Twisted Metal series that Crimson Fury always has to be the fastest car in any game, any Twisted Metal game he appears in. Then again, that's not saying much because Crimson Fury is not in very many of the Twisted Metal games. Mostly because he's really weak as well too. He's still really weak in this game. It actually adds a good sense of challenge to this game because, well, as I said earlier, this game is very easy overall. It's probably the easiest game in the Twisted Metal series. This game is put to shame by the difficulty of a lot of the other Twisted Metals. And difficulty-wise, it's considered to be the polar opposite of Twisted Metal Black, because Twisted Metal Black is hard as hell, and this game is pathetically easy. I'm a Twisted Metal master, and this is nothing. I'm playing as Crimson Fury. He's probably one of the hardest contestants to win the game with, one of the most realistic ones that is to win the game with, and yeah, this game is still pretty damn easy overall. Look at this, I already destroyed 2 of the contestants. I'm really killing this. Crimson Fury's a freaking beast in this game. He's fast. He's, like I said, he's fast, he has good weapons, and special weapons actually really good. It's still that laser, that red laser thing he shoots at, the same one he had in Twisted Metal 1, the red laser shot. Only in this game it doesn't make a da-da sound when it's activated like it was in Twisted Metal 1. So now we're going to Lawood. I think that's what became of LA or Hollywood after all the abuse it took from being in the first 2 Twisted Metals. There wasn't the first 2 Twisted Metals, it was in Twisted Metal 1 and 2. And the first level of Twisted Metal 2 happened here, and all the entirety of the first game happened here, and we really destroyed this place. This place really took a good beating for all the wreckage that went there. So now, if that wasn't enough, we have to battle here a third time in LA. LA's depicted as being a really scummy city in Twisted Metal. Mostly because I think the people that made Twisted Metal, they weren't from LA, but Twisted Metal is supposedly conceived in LA, and apparently they had some beef with LA or something like that. Or they were strongly against LA, or they had something against I don't know what it was exactly. I personally love LA. I've never been there myself, but I actually would like to go there one day eventually. Maybe. One day, maybe eventually. I probably will go there. I don't know when or how, but I'd like to think I will eventually. And the machine gun's overpowered this game. You get upgrades in this game. I mean, the machine gun, when it's not upgraded, is a pretty powerful weapon. This is probably this game with the strongest machine guns there are. That's probably why the machine gun overheats in this game like it did in the original Twisted Metal. The people who made this game probably figured that, oh, if we just give them unlimited machine guns, you could easily spam all the enemies and kill them easy. The machine guns are like they were in Twisted Metals 2, 3, and 4, where it's just unlimited and never, runs or never overheats. So that's probably why it's very good. But then again, Twisted Metals 3 and 4 had mostly useless machine guns that barely did anything. A BB gun could probably do more damage than the machine guns in Twisted Metal 3 and 4. But here, in this game, the machine guns are pretty powerful. And to make matters worse, or better for some people, there's an upgrade you can get that actually upgrades your machine gun, make it like several times more powerful than it was before. So yeah, that's actually a pretty yeah, it's like this game keeps wanting to make it easy. It's like they want you to win kind of thing. It's like they know you're gonna win, or they will other people. Maybe they figure out this game is intended for people that are dumb and don't know anything about games or don't really care about challenging games, which sometimes that's good. You need to have games sometimes that are more laid back. It's definitely a lot more laid back than a lot of the other Twisted Metal games. Especially Twisted Metal 2. The reason why this game's a lot easier is because it's actually easy to control. It doesn't feel like you're driving on ice. This actually feels like how Twisted Metal, Twisted Metal games should control. If Twisted Metal 1 or 2 had controls like this, those games would be really easy. They'd be able to beat those games easy if they had controls like this. But clearly they don't, and that's why Twisted Metals 1 and 2 are probably really challenging. But again, Twisted Metal Black had pretty decent controls overall. It doesn't feel like you're driving on ice in that game, and yet that game's the hardest one there is. Imagine if Twisted Metal Black felt like you were driving on ice. So now we're going to Paris yet again. Paris, where we already blew up the Eiffel Tower once before, and somehow they managed to rebuild the Eiffel Tower, only for it to get blown up again, probably. I don't think we'll be blowing it up, but the Eiffel Tower can get destroyed in this game again like it could in Twisted Metal 2, but it's much as I said it was in Twisted Metal 2. This game reuses most of the contestants from Twisted Metal 2 are in this game, and pretty much all the stages too from Twisted Metal 2 return in this game as well too. So a lot of people consider this game to be a remake of Twisted Metal 2 for that reason. It's technically not a remake. It's really just the next part of the series, pretty much. And Crimson Fury is the only returning contestant in this game. Most of the contestants in this game are returning contestants. There aren't very many original new contestants in this game, which kind of breaks the Twisted Metal tradition a little bit, because pretty much every Twisted Metal game introduces at least a few new contestants. This game kind of says, screw that, we're just going to use what people know, just stick with what people know, stick with what people like. That's kind of what they did with this game. And the only contestant that's in this game, returning contestants in this game that's not in Twisted Metal 2 is the one we're driving right now, Crimson Fury. He was in Twisted Metal 1, but he was completely absent in Twisted Metal 2. He's pretty much absent in most of the PS1 Twisted Metal games. The only two that he was in was the original and Small Brawl, which no one really cared much for Small Brawl because it's a really kiddie game. And then he's absent in most of the other ones too. So yeah, this is like one of the few times I get to see Crimson Fury. Just the reason why I like playing it. I like playing as contestants that we don't see as much in some of the other games, depending on what the contestants like. That's the reason why I like Yellow Jacket so much, because Yellow Jacket isn't in very many of the Twisted Metal games, and he's a really good contestant too. Crimson Fury can be pretty good. He's a lot better in this game than he was in Twisted Metal 1. In Twisted Metal 1, he was kind of big, he was hard to control, he's also very weak too. He's made out of paper mache. You could get killed easy in that game, but not in this game. In this game, we're actually good. It's actually like somewhat challenging to what challenging is for a game of this type. So I think we just killed all of our contestants, all of our opponents in Paris. So now what's going to happen next? Well, I think next we're going back to La Wood again. We're going to take on the first boss of the game, Cousin Eddie. Yeah, more references to National Lampoon and Twisted Metal. I'm pretty sure the Twisted Metal fans are big on National Lampoon. I mean, I remember they had a contestant, the Joneses, in Twisted Metal 4, supposed to be the Griswolds, and now we have Cousin Eddie in an RV. How much more National Lampoon could you get in Twisted Metal? And we don't even get to fight him at first. At first, he sends his goons after us, his minions, his ATV minions, or that's supposed to be a reference to ATV Off-Road Fury. Those games were pretty big as well too, and I mean, it's like some sort of cross-promotion or something like that. I don't know. So it's pretty much the same. It was very similar to the LA level we were in before, but now it's closed off, so it's a lot smaller. And now, of course, the main thing we have to do is we have to take out these ATVs, and we have to fight Cousin Eddie. Yeah, whoever fought some inbred trailer park trash would be, a pretty fearsome boss. He's actually not that fearsome. If you know how to beat him, he's actually kind of easy. You could go down in a matter of seconds if you're playing as some of the more better contestants in this game, for the greater contestants. I'm sure one of the better contestants in this game. Pretty much every contestant in this game is awesome. And they really made this game easy. Even freaking Grasshopper's in this game. Grasshopper gave me a really hard time in Twisted Metal too, but Grasshopper is like really easy to play as in this game. They really dumbed down this game. I can tell they intended this game for people that, just aren't as good at Twisted Metal. So this fight's a lot like the minion fight from Twisted Metal Black, where we have to hit those hillbillies that he has with the shotguns on the side of his RV. You have to kill all of them, and then after we kill all of them, then we could actually begin the real battle, begin the real fight battle. We have to shoot one of the tops. One of the tops are hard to get, but he's somewhat easy to hit if you stand on a ledge somewhere and shoot homing missiles or those new swarm missiles at him. Or the best way to do this is to use a napalm, because the napalm's actually a lot different in this game. You could shoot it and you could press the L button or whatever button is that fires again, then it sets it down somewhere. Like it goes like shoom, like it goes up in the air and then shoom, go down when you press the button. It's like a detonation thing, almost like a detonation napalm almost kind of thing. And it is a lot like that in a way. So there we go. There's see if I could try to get hit if I'm lucky. I could. I think I killed the top hillbilly now. Or else look at that, he almost killed me. Our health is dangerously low, but that's not surprising because we're Crimson Fury. He's still pretty weak in this game. Not as bad as in Twisted Metal 1, but he's still pretty damn weak. And Crimson Fury was also a popular choice for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people complain that Twisted Metal 3 lacks some of the favorite contestants we've seen before, and one of them was Crimson Fury. Some people actually had requests for Crimson Fury to be in Twisted Metal 3. And Crimson Fury did have a fake appearance in Twisted Metal 4 where there's a create a car where you can make your own car, and you can build a car that looks just like Crimson Fury. There's a glitch of this boss, or if you shoot him when it says final round begin or final boss begin, when you shoot at him like there, it actually does a lot more damage than it should. I shot him a bunch of times with my mega machine gun, and I shot him some other weapons, and it pretty much took out all of his health, or most of all of his health. And so, yes. I think that's the first boss of the game. We're almost halfway through this game already. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.